Oh, oh, where are you going? Hey, listen, if I'm going to take the time to teach you how to do all this stuff, then you get your butt back out in that garage. And then you smash the subscribe and like button because I'm an awesome guy and I like to give free information. So you should do me a favor. But don't be walking away. We got things to learn today and to fix. So you better go grab your tools and get out in that garage right now. Right now. What are you waiting for? Go. Jeez. I hate to do this, guys, but I have to. I've decided not to do any sponsorships this year with people. I will be self-representing all myself. So if you guys would like to, you don't have to donate, but if you would like something in return, I run a whole laser engraving business. I've decided to sell custom wallets on YouTube for you guys. I can pretty much make anything you want. It doesn't matter. I could do some really, really, really cool stuff with wallets. This is a blank. I just want to show you guys how the blanks will look. They're very, very nice. Reasonable wallets. I charge $25 for the wallet. I can do the inside, the outside, and the back, whatever you want, custom image. And we can talk about it. I'll kind of tell you what works, what doesn't. You can send me some picture ideas and some kind of design logos and things you want. As you can see, I'm making one for Todd White right now. He ordered one for his son's graduation. So that was very cool of his dad to do that. So it's $25 for a wallet, and then you pay for shipping, which is normally like $5 to $6, snail mail. So, but this is what I've decided to do. I have two laser engravers that are normally running almost a majority of the time, and then I have another third one over there, so I can bang out a lot of wallets quickly. So if you guys want to support what I do and you believe in what I do, most shops charge $120 an hour plus shop costs and fees to work on motorcycles. I give you all that information for absolutely free. So, hey, if you want to do me a solid, purchase a wallet or, send me a coffee, a cup of coffee, whatever. All that information is down below in the comment section. It'll also be in the contents of the video if you guys would like to help me out. I certainly appreciate it. It definitely is very expensive what I do to help everybody. So, if I don't have to incur all of the cost of buying all these machines and parts and stuff just to make content to help everybody else, it's kind of nice to have my, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. So anyways, guys, this is available to you. Let's get started with the video. What's up, everybody? So I've actually been waiting to make this video for a long time because I have yet to ever come across this issue. I've never on a snowmobile. I've had it happen on a snowmobile before, but never on a scooter. However, it does happen, and it does happen often, especially when maintenance is not being done to one of these machines. Well, luckily, pretty much every scooter I've ever bought has never had this issue. But if you ever experience this, and I've been waiting, promise you I've been waiting to make this video. But first, I had to find a scooter that had the problem. And so now that I do, I'm going to share it with you guys. So I'm going to turn the camera on here. We're going to take a little look at something. So as you guys know, I bought this 600cc Honda Silverwing. Beautiful machine, runs great. But we noticed during our ride at around 50 to 60 miles an hour. It started at 50, and it was the worst at 55, and then after 60, it went away. Okay, so we noticed that there was this loud slapping, banging noise coming from the CVT area while we were riding. So while we were trying to keep up with the other bikers, we noticed that when they were cruising at their 50, 55 and jumping in and out of speeds, I kept hearing it. And I was like, man, I'm almost 1,000% sure that is what we call technicality belt slap. Okay. And basically what it is a belt that should have been changed a long time ago that has high mileage on it that nobody's ever changed. So to give you an idea, though this belt looks like it's in good shape, if I just smack it, that's very loose. That's extremely loose. That is should be very tight. And that is just, I can easily put tons of pressure on this up and down, right? That's way too much slack. See all that play in there? So what happens is the top will pull tight. And when it gets to its shift point, which on this scooter is around 48 miles an hour, then the bottom will get really loose and it'll start slapping really, really hard. And then what you end up with inside your case is that. See at the bottom? See where the belt's been slapping the whole bottom of the case?
And I mean hard too. Like it's pronounced. You could hear it. It's pretty gnarly, right? That is signs of a bad belt. And gone left unattended, what will happen is it will just not only wear out, but it'll break while you're riding around. It'll leave you stranded. So, despite everything else being like perfection on the scooter, they clearly did not. I think I'm the first person to actually take the CVT cover off before. That looks like there has been no other reason for anybody to get inside here in 16,000 miles and do any kind of maintenance. So, of course, this is the original belt that came on this thing. So that belt should be a lot tighter than that. It has way too much slack in it. And I'm going to try to show this to you guys on camera so you can see what belt slap looks like. So I'm going to actually start this scooter up. I'm going to warm it up. I'm going to set the phone on the tripod, and I'm going to try to point out where the belt slap starts at, so you guys can see this in action for yourself, because this happens not only on small scooters, but large scooters as well. The snowmobiles, heck, it can even happen on four-wheelers. Anything with CVT transmissions, belt slap can be very prevalent. And normally, it just requires you to replace the belt. Sometimes, though, it could be a drive component. It could be a clutch, could be a variator. In this case, everything looks like it's functioning how it should. The belt just seems to have way too much slack in it, which means it's time to replace the belt. I mean, heck, it's got actually almost 17,000 miles on this belt. That's a lot of miles for a belt. That's actually fairly good that it made it this far before it started making noises. So, but let me crank this up. I'll put this on the tripod, and I'll see if I can show this in action to you guys so you can see what belt slap actually looks like. And then I'll say, look, see what it's doing right now? Imagine if the case was on there and you would be hearing it whack that case. So this is what it looks like when it's at idle, right? Looks pretty smooth. Everything seems to be smooth, right? I mean, it's a very smooth operating system. It's a very expensive touring scooter, so everything should be very, very smooth. So you can barely see any play on the bottom belt. You can see a little bit of vibration on top and bottom, and that's how you know that it's starting to wear out. But when you get heavy belt slap, I will show you, because I'm gonna take it up to about 50 miles an hour sitting on here. All right, and you'll get to see how much play that lower belt has. You'll be like, what in the world? That's crazy. So, all right, I gave it a chance to warm up before I decided to crank on it here. So remember, it's gonna get very bad as the belt travels lower here. It's gonna become wider here. It's gonna expand. You can already see it starting to shake more as it comes down in idle. That's a lot of vibration. All that vibrating it's doing right now, that's a lot of vibration. Let me show you what it looks like when it shifts. So when it goes all the way to about, let's say, 50 miles an hour, because it starts at shifting at around 47 to 48 miles an hour. So here's what that looks like. I know you saw how bad that belt just slapped around inside there. So now you know what severe belt slap looks like. That's when you know that your belt has way too much slack in it, okay? That is clearly a problem. That belt slapping is gonna end up leading to a broken belt, unfortunately. So all that play that you see right now, all that vibrating and shaking, that's just a worn out belt. That can just be easily solved right now without leaving you stranded by just replacing the belt. So I hope that helps you guys understand how these centrifugal clutches work and what belt slap looks like, because that's pretty severe, which means this should have probably been changed actually more around 12 to 15,000 miles, not almost 17,000 miles. That's a lot of slack. There's definitely a lot of slack in this belt. So, alrighty, guys, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Now you know why the thing makes that noise, and now you also understand why you have to change it. So if your scooter is doing this and you hear that loud knocking noise coming out of your CVT, well, you can pretty much assume that you need to replace your belt.
Okay, if you replace your belt and that does not solve it, the next thing I would look at is your rollers, which are here behind your variator. Most likely those are worn out. They're starting to catch and it's imbalancing the drive system, which is causing the belt to jerk around a lot, which will then cause slapping sensation. So, and it's rarely ever the clutch. Rarely ever the clutch will give you those problems. It's normally the variator or the belt itself that creates belt slap. So, all right, guys, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, show a little love to the channel. And if you want to, buy a wallet or, donate a cup of coffee for the information I provide. I try to be as awesome as possible. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's a beautiful thing, folks. All right, toodles.